What's up, guys? We're live. Holy shit, I didn't even know we were live. Or did I? Oh, what's up, guys? Looks like my watch page just came on. Holy shit, I didn't even know we were. Yep, looking good on my end. All right. How the hell is everybody doing? I haven't done a live stream in like almost 2 weeks or something, so I figured it was time that I go ahead and do one. And here we are. We are live again. And I have a doozy for you. I have a lot of stuff to get to today. This is going to be a good stream. I can feel it. You know, I got a lot of good stuff lined up, a lot of tabs up at the top, a lot of cool stuff to show you, and some stuff that's not so cool, you know, like a hurricane destroying a bunch of stuff. That's not so cool. And so hopefully everyone's family safe. Anyone out there in the Florida areas that got hit bad, I hope your family is okay. I hope they didn't have too much damage to their property. I know a few people already that are being affected by this. I got a text from Shay early this morning, so saying that her mother-in-law hasn't been found yet. No one's heard from her, and so even if I don't know anyone personally, who's missing, just knowing someone who knows someone, it still affects me. And so I feel bad for the people who've been affected by this, because I personally believe, and this is just my opinion, I believe that the weather can be used as a weapon. I believe the weather can be manipulated. I believe, and again, this is just my opinion, you can think I'm crazy all you want. I think that hurricanes can be manufactured and steered into a location. I think that a hurricane is able to be created and controlled. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. I might be wrong, but I don't think I am. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys would agree. All right, Rose Bellman, what's up? Awakening Flat Earth, Jess Palmer, PJ CNET. Oh, and PJ CNET, thank you for the donation while we were waiting before the stream started. Tanya D, Tony's Coffee House, just a few people here in the chat today. How's everybody doing? JL, Michaelis V, G Hart, Christopher, Faith, Marker Dude. All right, how the hell's everybody doing? Hope everyone's feeling good, doing good. Hope everyone is safe from the hurricane. So we'll go ahead and get into the hurricane stuff here in just a minute as people trickle on in. So I got the hurricane stuff lined up as our first segment, and then I thought we would transition into NASA's asteroid crash. I was going to make a video about it, but I thought it would be more fun if we all trolled NASA together as a team. So we're going to watch NASA's asteroid crash because, I mean, why not, right? Why not troll NASA since we're all here together? And we got a donation coming in from Moon Harvest. Says, cheers, Jake. Cheers to you. Cheers. Bing. All right. And thank you once again for the donations coming in. All right. So after we do a breakdown of the NASA asteroid crash, then we're going to transition into some shill exposing, some scammer exposing. All right. I have a wannabe sports betting guru, a total shill in my opinion. And once I show you some clips of this guy, I'm pretty sure you're going to agree. It's pretty damning evidence, and I'm going to tie up two shills at once tonight, and I'll save that for the end of the stream because that's the least important, these shills, but they are going to get a segment dedicated to them here at the end of the stream. So fun stuff planned. Good times. Okay, so everybody strap in. We're going to go ahead and take a look at some of the hurricane footage. Got to go ahead and take a look at that because that's what's happening right now. Here it is. Okay, so this is just some mainstream crap. I always like to show what the mainstream is reporting, and then we'll go ahead and talk about it and come to our own conclusions. But we'll start with some mainstream bullshit and see what they're saying.
To bring you the latest details and images after the devastation caused by Hurricane Ian in Florida.
And this is what we do know so far. At least 7 people have now been reported dead, 6 in Charlotte County, 1 in Volusia County. And more than 500 people have been rescued in Charlotte and Lee counties alone. So far, about 250 people have been rescued in Orlando. And Ian is now a tropical storm. More than 2 million people right now without power here in the state of Florida.
And the damage left behind just devastating. Look at this video. Just into our newsroom right now, sent in from Fort Myers Beach. Trees destroyed, buildings completely torn apart. It really takes your breath away. It's been described as a war zone, as apocalyptic, and those are the images in living color right now. Countywide boil water notice has been issued in Lee County. As for power outages, as you mentioned, Christie, Governor DeSantis saying today at a press conference this morning that restoring power would require a complete rebuild of that infrastructure.
And let's take a look once again at the bridge. We've been talking about this all day. The bridge from mainland to Sanibel Island, it was destroyed by Ian. Teams are going to be inspecting all of the bridges, though, in Southwest Florida to make sure they're safe before anything can be reopened. We do know that I-75 is mainly open all the way from Tampa to South Florida.
All right, let's take you now to the newsroom where local 10's Eden Checkle has been gathering images and information all day. Eden, what can you tell us?
Yeah, Louie and Christy, we are seeing new images out of Southwest Florida as cleanup and rescue efforts are underway following Hurricane Ian's arrival. I mean, it has just left a mess out there. President Biden even at one point saying that this could possibly be one of the deadliest hurricanes in Florida history. I mean, it made landfall just 24 hours ago as a Category 4 storm in Lee County.
Fort Myers Beach unrecognizable. Debris scattered all over the popular Times Square. And the U.S. Coast Guard sharing these images from above. Parts of a neighborhood underwater. The roofs on some of the homes ripped off by powerful winds.
As you can imagine, it is pretty devastating. When that storm came on shore yesterday, making landfall, heavy wind, rain, inundation, and the
All right, so I just want to say that personally, I live on the West Coast and we don't get hit by hurricanes. I've never seen a tornado. So whenever I see something like this, it's only on a screen. So I know this stuff does really happen and people's lives are affected by it. I just personally, I can't relate completely because I've never been in a situation where the weather has destroyed my home or property. I've never looked out the window and thought, oh my God, I might die because of the weather. So I've only seen this sort of scenario on a screen. And so it always feels to me like a movie, even though I know like these people's lives, are ruined by this shit. This affects tons of people. It really does happen. But to me, it's like when I see it, it like feels like a movie because I've never personally been in an area where something like that happened, So I don't know if any of you guys like me might live on the West Coast or in an area that doesn't have, hurricanes or floods or anything. So I've never seen cars underwater or houses halfway underwater in my neighborhood or anything like that. So I've personally don't have experience with this. So it always just feels like very cinematic to me when I see this. But there are definitely people out there that are losing their homes. And I think that this is, like Faith said, and a few others have said, weather warfare. In my opinion, the weather can be controlled. The weather can be used as a weapon. And there's plenty of proof out there, patents for doing exactly what I'm saying, manipulating the weather. They have ways to make it rain. They have ways to move storms around to different locations. So I think that they could create a big giant hurricane out in the ocean and use electromagnetic technology. I don't know exactly the technology, these HARP stations, these weather modification stations they have those out in the middle of the ocean too. And I think they can whip together hurricanes and shoot them into a location of their choosing, you know? Wow. We got an idiot in here who says you can't mess with Mother Nature, and he says he's out of here. Here, I'll show you the door. Can you believe we're in 2022 and there's a guy like, what? Weather modification? You can't change Mother Nature. Mother Nature has been graped by the governments of the world, by the elites and those in power. They have graped Mother Nature. All right. Mother Nature can be manipulated and has been manipulated for a long time. All right, we'll go ahead and finish up this mainstream stuff here, and then we'll get more into the weather modification. And also, mods, if you see any trolls openly just disagreeing with whatever I'm saying, you know what to do. All right, and away we go.
Surge, and what it really does is left the place almost unrecognizable in some places.
2.5 million Floridians told to evacuate, but some who decided to stay now having to be rescued. Naples firefighters helping this woman out of her car after being stuck in deep waters. High water levels prompting drastic rescue calls in Lee County.
Caller reporting a sinking vehicle, unknown if he's breathing. Caller disconnected.
In Naples, Kimberly Walker recounting the moment water rushed into her home.
The water got to be a lot more and a lot more and a lot more. And it was just, it didn't matter what you did. The water started coming into my home, reaching about mid-thigh. I knew I had to get out.
The mayor of Naples describing the destruction.
Yeah, catastrophic, devastating. We are working on broken lines, sewer lines, gas lines.
Just so devastating to see all that there. Well, the mayor of Fort Myers has asked people to stay in their homes if they can, saying it is just still too dangerous with the amount of water in that area. Slick roads and down trees and power lines, just not safe there. And that's what's being echoed really all over the place as they continue rescue and cleanup efforts there.
At the doctor's office, you get the care that's best for you, but insurers and their
Okay, so I got some good comments that were coming in, people talking about weather modification. And so when you look into geoengineering, weather modification, all the science and all the patents is there explaining exactly what is already going on. Whenever I mention chemtrails, somebody who denies that there's weather modification, doesn't believe it's going on, will be like, well, where's your proof? And I can show them that there are patents which specifically say that they want to redirect sunlight, redirect solar rays by spraying nanoparticles of metal, such as aluminum, for instance, nanometal particles that redirect the sunlight back out in the atmosphere. You know, as a cure for global warming, possibly. So those patents exist, and you can read word for word the exact thing that they're already spraying and doing, except I don't believe for a second it's to combat global warming. So the patents exist, which explain that you can spray with an airplane a nano-sized particle, a bunch of nano-sized particles, bazillions of them, right? So this patent explains in detail that these little metal particles redirect the sunlight out back into the atmosphere, and this is a good way to possibly combat global warming in the future. Now, everyone who has a pair of eyes can look up and see that there are planes spraying shit. So you have to imagine that they've already covered their tracks by saying, oh, in the future, we might start spraying metal in the sky, and it's to combat global warming, when they already are spraying shit in the sky. Now, some people out there say, oh, you shouldn't say chemtrail, you should say geoengineering. But I like to think that that right there is a way to make people think it's a good thing. Geoengineering. Geo, good. Engineering, good. Geoengineering. That sounds good. Like a good way to combat global warming. See, I don't like that. You know why I like chemtrail? Because it's a lot like shell shock, right? Carlin had a joke about this. Instead of post-traumatic stress syndrome, it was shell shock. But the pussification of the terms used, right, lessens the effect, right? So instead of it being shell shock, now it became post-traumatic stress syndrome, right? Same deal. Chemtrails, chemical, trail, planes, spraying, chemical, trails. Don't say that. You should call it geoengineering. So there's guys out there, I think they're shills, guys like Dane Wigington, who will tell you not to say chemtrail, instead say geoengineering. I say that's bullshit. And I've seen Dane go on television a number of times and say that the Earth is like a basketball with a thin layer of paint, which is our ozone layer, and that the planes are spraying and creating holes in the ozone layer. Now, I don't believe that for a second. That's why I have guys like Dane Wigington as a gatekeeper shill of the geoengineering chemtrail subject. And if anybody disagrees, go listen to his horse shit about NASA has these satellite images which prove that they're spraying. So he'll tell you NASA has satellite images which prove they're spraying. And then he'll want to pass you off supposed NASA satellite imagery without ever saying NASA's fake. Never exposes NASA's fake space missions. Oh no. Oh, and did I mention he's been on television? So oh, got a donation coming in here. It says it's really smoky at my house. Stay frosty. Smoky. Thank you for the 420 donation of Canadian money. Thank you. I appreciate that. Retro Bill says, Jake, fantastic topic. By the way, small hurricanes are created frequently. They simply have to seed them to increase size and velocity and then steer them ashore. No need to necessarily create new ones. Yeah, man, they can take some existing weather patterns and then just strengthen them. You know, I believe they have all the power to manipulate the weather in every sort of way. And who's going to go up there and stop them? Is there like police going to go up there with a police plane and going to stop anyone from doing it? So even private companies that aren't connected to the government could theoretically go up there and spray a populace below with whatever. And what are you going to do about it? How would you stop that? Just saying, it's a kind of an unregulated thing that nobody is talking about stopping or doing anything about. And so you have gatekeepers like Dane Wigington who will just lead you around in the same circle. Kind of like how you have flat earth gatekeepers. You got gatekeepers like Alex Jones, all these guys just leading you in the same circles without really giving you the full truth. But yeah, I totally agree. I think that they can whip up a hurricane. Now, this is a comedy routine. So if anything that I'm saying bothers you, remember it's all for entertainment purposes, and I'm here just to make you laugh and enjoy your life, okay? So let's just get that out there. All my opinions are part of a comedy routine designed to make you enjoy your day and your life. And if you don't like it, well, then there's other places you can go to get your information or your comedy. And you might notice that my comedy routine just so happens to be the most truthful fucking thing that exists on the internet. All right. Okay. Bradkins Ross's half-truth to suck you in and mislead you. Exactly. And guess what? Tonight, when I do some shill busting, I'm going to show you exactly how some of these scammers work, all right? And there's people working on this giant team of evil where they're always cross-promoting each other, all right? So I'm going to show you how one shill will cross-promote another shill. So we'll get to that later tonight. All right. What else did I have lined up? Oh, got another donation coming in. It says a mainstream article said that they have been VAXXing raccoons via spray from airplanes. Bro, go look at the trucks that drive around certain neighborhoods and spray mosquito spray. Yeah. Have you ever heard of the trucks that spray mosquito repellent, mosquito killer and stuff? They're like, oh, there's mosquitoes that could carry like yellow wiener fever around here. So we need to like spray a bunch of shit in your neighborhood with a big truck. Don't ask us questions about the ingredients. Yeah. If you really want to get disturbed, go look into the mosquito spraying trucks. Yeah. If you really just want to get disturbed. Now, if you don't want to be disturbed, then don't look into the trucks that spray shit in your neighborhood. Maybe they don't in your neighborhood. Maybe you are in a neighborhood where that never happens. But man, I've seen the big trucks driving around lots of different neighborhoods around the country spraying for mosquitoes. Pretty bad. They don't exactly come forward and give you a list of ingredients if you were to so ask them, what is that they're spraying? Thanks, Retro Bill, for the donation. As far as the raccoons go, let me get because you said VAXXing raccoons. Whatever story they have, just know it's to poison you. It's to kill you. All right, not any of the other stuff. It's all about poisoning you. This is my opinion. So I couldn't tell you the validity of like that story that you read in the mainstream article, but I would guess that there's a high level chance that it's some bullshit. All right. So, what the hell did I want to show? Oh yeah, you guys ready to laugh? So here's what is going viral now. So because of Hurricane Ian dumping all this water, right, and there's all these areas of Florida that's flooded. You know what videos are going viral? Sharks swimming down the street. You know, like a sharknado, right? Sharks swimming down the streets. Now, when I first heard it, I thought that sounds like bullshit. I gotta see the sharks swimming down the streets. Would you guys like to see some sharks swimming down the streets? And this is going viral. I'm actually really excited to show this to you. Sharks swimming down the streets, you guys. I've seen it all now. This is going viral all over the intranet. You guys ready? Oh, fuck. That's not what I wanted to do. Click the wrong button. There we go. Wow.
Hello everyone, marine animals are walking now the streets of Florida after the hurricane. Sharks are now swimming the flooded streets of Fort Myers. Hurricane Ian lashed the U.S. Florida coast on Wednesday, unleashing torrential rains and howling winds. Visual from the hurricane, which is one of the most powerful storm ever recorded in the U.S., showed getting blown away by the gusty wind and the sharks cubing the city streets after they were washed ashore. At the end of the video, we hope the people in Florida is okay and stay safe, please. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Streets of Fort Myers.
I thought you guys would enjoy this. Come on. Come on, that's hilarious. Like, that's the fakest, stupidest shit I ever saw. Like, that right there is a fake still shot. And he's like, hello, YouTube. I want to show you the shark in the viral video, the hurricane in the shark down the street. So this is the type of shit that you get mixed in with the hurricane footage. You get people trying to go viral with some clickbaity shark bullshit like this. There's sharks swimming around, right? You get taking still shots. So I watched a few videos. So when I came across this dude, I'm like, okay, that's the one. That's definitely the one I'm showing. So check this out, you guys. Not only do you have manufactured weather warfare going on, but you also got a little tongue-in-cheek like Sharknado. Like, you know, they made those shark. I never watched them, but I heard they made Sharknado movies. I guess they made multiple of them. I guess it's like a tornado that has sharks that get people. I don't know. It was ridiculous, but I heard they did that. So to me, you got hurricanes, you got sharks swimming down the streets in what look like fake videos and fake pictures, obviously. So I think that's like a little like, I don't know, a jab at the public, possibly. Could be wrong. Maybe it's just really clever trolls coming up with ways to try and clickbait people, but I feel this is all part of the world stage show. And see, this Indian dude, he thinks he's like exposing something. YouTube, I live in India and Bangladesh, and I'm going to toilet with shark down the street. Let me tell you something, right? Gotta love it, man. It's like we live in this giant movie, right? The world stage is for real. I don't know how anyone doesn't notice it. If I try to tell like a normie, especially like my dad, if I try to tell my dad that there's a such thing as the world stage and it's like a giant play going on, he's like, who? How? Who sets up the play? Who? That's what my dad would say. Huh? Who would do that? It's like he wants to know the exact name of the person who set up the play on the world stage. And then if you're like, okay, I can't give you an exact name, but like the Rothschilds, for instance, he'll go, ah. So even when you do give him a name, it's never good enough. That's totally what my dad would say. If I was like, Dad, there's a world stage and there's this big giant play going on. And basically the elites have all these actors and puppets playing parts. And they've convinced the public that the news that they're watching is real, but it's not. No way could he handle that. Like, my dad is fucking dumb enough that he would probably believe that those sharks are swimming around in the mall. You know what's sad is if this came on the news, my mom, my dad, my aunt, my cousin, everyone in my family would believe that there are sharks swimming around in the fucking mall at the edge of the escalator, and that somebody took a picture of them and put it on the news. That's how stupid my family is. It's amazing that somehow I was blessed with the ability to see through the bullshit, because my DNA, oh my God, they're all tards. I don't know how I didn't end up a tard and why I'm so smart. It doesn't make any sense because nobody in my family even remotely sees through any of this at all. Any of you guys have the same problem as me where you're the only one woke in your entire family? Like, every single person in your family is just like, there's sharks swimming in the streets. NASA crashed into a space rock. Like, that's how asleep they are. Right? Matt Zarba says, yes. Phil says, yep, me too. Mayo 2 Cole for you says, yes. Laughy face. Marker dude says, yeah. Eric Catherine says, only one woke. Yeah, see? Isn't it awesome when you're the only one who's blessed with the ability to see in your entire family? God, I have tried to open up some of their eyes, and it's just, it's impossible. They can't give you one little thing. They can't be like, you're right. Sharks swimming around at the mall at the bottom of an escalator does look kind of dumb. They can't give me that because then they might have to admit that the earth is flat. That's their whole fucking thing. That's the whole fucking thing that none of my family can agree with me. Because if they agree with one little tiny fucking thing, then that means they might have to think that the earth is flat, and all their friends will think they're crazy. And they can't do that, so they have to think that sharks are swimming at the mall. Fuck you, family, for being so stupid. I love you, but seriously, if any of my family ever watches this, and they won't. You guys are fucking tards. All of you. See, I can call my family tards because I know they're never going to watch this. You know why? Because they're watching actual television instead. Or my dad's reading the USA Today newspaper. Oh, God. What a world. Retro Bill says, your dad probably wouldn't believe you about the sharks, but once he saw it on the news, it's gospel. Yeah, if I told him that there were sharks swimming around at the mall, he would say that's bullshit. But then if I showed him that the news said that, then he would be like, oh, yeah, well, of course they did. I already knew that, Jacob. Yeah. My dad reads the USA Today. He thinks that he's smart because he reads words and looks at a picture. I swear that's his Bible. Oh, God. So yeah, guys, I don't think the shark videos are real. Do I think that it's possible that if, like, you know, a big surge in the sea water comes up, a big tidal wave floods the streets, is it possible for some sharks to be in there? Yeah, but no one's taking pictures like this. The pictures just look fake as shit to me. The video footage is grainy. I'm just not buying it. Personally, I don't buy it. All right. Butthead Bear, great name, says, hey, Jake, you saved my life. I am so grateful to you. You are the one that woke me up to carnivore diet. Oh, well, thank you. You know, I'm not like the most diehard, like, a diet guy, carnivore guy, but the guy out there who, you know, most people follow, Spherage Sphedia, he's a total gatekeeper and a piece of shit human being in every sense of the word. So the fact that I was able to wake you up to it and not him, and you're here supporting me, a real truther, I appreciate that. Because the carnivore community is full of some gatekeeping ass shills. Mainly Sphedia, goatees. Absolute piece of dog shit. All right, Rose with a donation says, has any family ever watched a stream or video? They saw clips from my early stuff. So my early flat earth stuff, I'll bet you like my family watched maybe like 10 minutes of some of my early flat earth stuff. Thought that it was stupid and then just figured that that's all that I do. So they don't keep up on what I do. I've made hundreds and hundreds of videos. I've went live over 100 times. So I've made videos about so many different topics that they have no clue. So they don't keep up with any of it. Like I said, they don't want to agree with me on anything because then they might have to agree with me that the earth is flat. That's the way they are. They're that type of people. So they can't fucking agree with me on anything. Unless it's like a TV show. Like if I'm like, I like that TV show, they'll be like, me too. That's like the only thing that they could agree with me on. If I say anything about the world and it doesn't fit their mainstream narrative, nope. But, you know, you guys know how that goes. We all have family, I'm sure, who are asleep. So that's just how it goes. All right. Here's a good comment. It says, hit the like button, good people. I agree. Smash that like button. Butthead Bear coming in with a donation of that's money that says NT. Is that Netherlands? Netherlands money? Thank you, Butthead Bear. It says NT 300. I don't know if that's like a lot or what, but either way, I appreciate it. Whenever I get donations from other countries, sometimes it's like, converted into American dollars, and I don't know how much it actually is, but I appreciate all donations, big and small, because they all go to help support keep me alive. This is what I do for a living, basically. I don't scam people and I don't lie to people. I just tell you how I feel and give it to you from my heart, non-scripted, off the cusp, and every little donation really does help and go a long way to keep me afloat so that I can continue to do this. If I had to go work a slave job, it would take up my time and it would devour my soul, and I might not be able to do this at the level that I do it now. So I appreciate each and every one of you who's ever donated to the channel from the bottom of my heart. All right. So got another donation coming in. JL says, need a round of dissing Neil deGrasse Tyson, please. It's been a while. I haven't heard much from him lately. He's kind of like taken a step back on the world stage. They haven't shoved him down our throats as much as they used to. So I did my few series against him. I had a couple Flat Earth Asshole versus Neil deGrasse videos that I did years ago. But yeah, I haven't heard much from him lately, to tell you the truth. I mean, he's still a no good shill, sellout actor, piece of shit, liar, and a scumbag. So my opinion hasn't changed. But other than that, I don't have anything new to bring you. I'd have to go see what he's been up to. I haven't even checked on him lately. Silent Walk says, Jake, you do a good job, man. Been watching you a long time. Awesome, dude. Hey, thank you for the support. Yeah, we're going on like 7 years or so. All right. What else did I want to show you guys? Oh, yeah, the NASA stuff. So let's go ahead and move on. We'll go ahead and get rid of the sharks. And we'll move on to some even faker NASA bullshit. I mean, what's faker than sharks swimming at the bottom of the escalator at the mall? How about NASA purposely crashing into an asteroid to knock it off its course? Did you guys know that NASA decided to pull this little fast one on the public? They said that there's an asteroid coming in towards Earth, and they're purposely going to crash like a satellite into it, purposely crash something into it and knock it off of its course. So they're going to help us avoid Armageddon. So right away when I heard that, my mind, I thought the movie Armageddon. Because back in the 90s, I remember seeing Armageddon and a few years later, like Deep Impact. So Armageddon, Deep Impact were two movies that I saw, and my mind immediately went there, and I was like, oh, there's the conditioning. That's what they prepped me for all those years ago. They conditioned me with the Hollywood cinema Armageddon, right? You guys remember that one? Back in 98. JL with a donation. No message, just a $2 donation. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. So immediately when I heard that NASA was going to crash a spacecraft into an asteroid to divert its course from hitting Earth, my mind was like, oh, that's what I was conditioned for all those years ago. Check this out. See? You guys remember this one? Bruce Willis, Ben Affleck, and Steven Tyler's supposed daughter. I really doubt that that's actually Steven Tyler's daughter. I really doubt that. So this one, in this movie, I only saw it like once, and it's been a long time. But I remember this is like an oil drilling crew, and they get this oil drilling crew to fly to this asteroid and drill into this asteroid because it's so hard to drill into this asteroid. They need to get this special oil drilling crew. And so this oil drilling crew drills into an asteroid and puts a bomb in there and blows it up to save Earth from Armageddon. All right. So this is programming that I watched back when I was a sheep, back when I was asleep. Because in '98, I'm going to totally be honest with you, I was totally a movie watching, TV watching sheep back then. And everybody that I knew was. I didn't even know what the words being awake meant, you know, like. So I remember seeing this movie and being intrigued by this sort of crap. And then a few years later, another movie, High Impact, came out, or Deep Impact, excuse me. Same deal, not as famous of a cast, but it was about an asteroid hitting Earth. And in that movie, they actually do have a shot of the asteroid coming in and hitting Earth. And I remember them talking about it in the movie about trying to blow up the asteroid or shoot it with missiles and blow it up into smaller pieces. And so this narrative of redirecting an asteroid, blowing up an asteroid to save the Earth from Armageddon. So they conditioned us years and years ago through movies, as you know they like to do, through science fiction. They condition us through these fake movies so that they can then pretend that this shit is real and dupe everybody with a giant psychological operation. So, just want to preference that they've already done this shit basically in Hollywood, and then they bring it to life. All right. So let's watch the actual NASA footage. So we'll watch the official NASA footage and we'll break it down together. We'll get it like five minutes from the crash, and it's looking like the graphics are laughable. You guys, if you haven't seen this yet, the graphics are ridiculously laughable. This is like some Sega Genesis type shit that we're gonna see. This is like some 16-bit graphics right here. Okay, strap in, y'all. Grab your popcorn, grab a drink, smash the thumbs up. I want to see everyone smashing those thumbs up right now before we get started with this. We're about to break this down as a team. I need you to put on your logical thinking caps, all right? Here's my logical thinking cap. I'm ready to do some inspecting, dissecting, and break this shit down. You guys, I'm going to need your help. Sometimes you guys spot things that I don't see. Sometimes you guys come up with jokes that are even better than mine. And in those cases, I want to be able to share your comments and break this thing down like a team of truthers. You guys ready? All right. Let's boogie, bitches.
Right, we've reached 5 minutes from impact. The final command opportunity to SmartNav has passed, and the team is simply watching that data stream in just like we are. Also remember, there is a 38-second lag for the data to travel to Earth, and also an additional few more seconds for image processing. It's important to note that. You should be hearing the chatter in the Mission Operations Center momentarily.
Okay, so right away you guys see how ridiculous the graphics are. And so I've already seen this clip. I'm sure a lot of you guys have too. I don't want to spoil it. But it's funny because it starts out just looking like more cartoony than Google Earth, just absolute CGI as CGI can be. But then as it gets closer, it'll suddenly look like a close-up of just some like a dry riverbed. So I swear what they do is they take a picture of a dry riverbed, and then as they get closer, they just stick a real picture up in front. So watch it go from CGI to looking like this cropped picture of a dry riverbed. That's what I think it is. But anyway, I don't want to spoil it. Let's go ahead and continue. But you guys see, we got people already saying, looks like Star Fox 64 graphics. Looks like Sega CD graphics. Yeah, exactly.
This is Dart MSC and DT Mog. 5 minutes till impact. 5 minutes till impact. We are at 1,100 miles away. Also, our window for sending any commands to the spacecraft is done. Contingency's done.
This is a great vibe in that Mission
All right.
Operations Center right now, Lori.
It really is. They are so excited.
What I love about these rooms of people, they always have, this is like a thing that they repeat every time. Like they did this with the Mars rover. Like when the Mars rover landed, they're like, we're 50,000 feet from landing. We're 40,000 feet from landing. We're 30,000 feet from landing. It's like they do this like clap routine like every few minutes, like, okay, now we're going into our final countdown. Ready? And that's when everyone gets all quiet. And then when they finally do like have the thing land, crash, whatever it is, then everyone like goes, yay! Woo! Oh my God! This is the happiest day of my life! Woo! Yay! Thank you! Oh my God! It's the greatest day of my... Yeah, bullshit. And then they do all this like high-fiving and stuff, you know. They even had a couple of them, I think when the Mars rover landed, they had a few people to have this set-up handshake that they did. I'll have to go pull up the old video after this one. But it's funny, they always have this room of people who are just so happy, ready to clap. They always have somebody doing the announcing. It's usually like a lady who does the announcing, and everyone waits for their cue. 50,000 feet? Ah! 40,000 feet? Ah! Good. As if we haven't seen this a fucking 1,000 times, right? Bunch of people in a room clapping. It's never even the same people. They have a whole different group of people every time. They do. So they just employ like a whole new group of experts to just do this every time and clap, right? That's what you need. You need a bunch of people in a room staring and clapping, not actually working or doing anything. Okay.
And
Investigation
I'm honing in, looking at these images as we get closer and closer, and you look at Didymos, and just you're starting to see this physical body appear there. It's incredible, just incredible.
Great.
I'm still having a hard time believing this is real energy coming in near real time.
Yeah. Yeah, but you've been watching it over the last, 30, 45 minutes go from just being a collection of individual pixels, and now you can actually see the shape and the shading and texture of Didymos, and we're going to see that same thing with Dimorphos as we get closer and closer. This is so cool.
Never before seen images of Dimorphos will come into stark relief.
Absolutely.
A few seconds before impact.
Didymos. It's amazing. All right.
The team is standing, just recognizing this moment, years in the making. It is really nice to see them relax a little bit, get
They really are some terrible actors. I know it's like small and you can't see it that well down there, but look at the girl and the guy, and they're just like, oh, it's amazing. Oh, it's so cool. I'm a science expert. I work at NASA. I'm clapping because I'm happy. I work at NASA and I'm really smart. I'm smarter than you. I'm a spaceman. I work at NASA. Look at that girl. Look at that lady. Is that really the best we got? Is she really the best at her position? You're telling me there isn't an older man who's smarter and better than her? Nope. That young girl, she's the smartest and best they got, man. There's not an older man who's done that job for way longer who would be more qualified. No, it's some fucking 20-year-old bitch, right? Some 20-year-old bitch fresh out of junior college is going to stand there and clap because she got told something by another lady, right? That's the big trick. Show us some video game CGI bullshit, have a 20-year-old lady clap, and we're supposed to be like, wow, all those experts did a great job saving us from Armageddon. All these experts in the room saved us from dying. That lady right there saved you from dying. You should be thankful. Did you know that that lady is so smart that she saved us from Armageddon? You're just jealous because you didn't save us from Armageddon. Quit talking shit about people who are smarter than you. She saved your life, okay? Yes, I know, I'm funny. I know. But thank you for letting me know. That way I know. All right, let's continue. Do you guys want to continue? I mean, you know what's going to happen. They're going to crash into it, and there's going to be this crazy explosion, and it's going to be so awesome looking. Oh, man, I can't wait. Let's do it. Who's ready to clap? I want to clap.
Off from those computers that they've been glued to and just appreciate this moment that's coming.
Yeah, and they've earned this. It's just great to see them there. This is so cool.
Lori, we hit another major milestone. We are now 2.5 minutes from impact, and SmartNav has stopped maneuvering the spacecraft. DART is now coasting toward Dimorphos, and we hope into the history books.
Absolutely. This will be, I'm sure you've heard it many times tonight, humanity's first ever attempt at trying to move another celestial body, and also our first attempt ever to execute a mission in sole purpose of planetary defense. So what an exciting time. Yeah, and I'm starting to see Dimorphos start to come into view there. You can see it starting to take shape. I'm starting to see individual boulders on Didymos. Unbelievable clarity of images there.
We're coasting on in. Our projected miss distance is going to be about 17 meters.
All right.
All eyes on this event. Space telescopes, ground telescopes from every continent on Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. 2 minutes out. Does not look like one single rock to me.
Oh, boy, we're getting close.
14,000 miles per hour, Lori.
14,000 miles per hour. And remember, 45 minutes ago, 55 minutes ago, we couldn't even resolve this object in space. And now you can see us zeroing in right on target.
And we're now dropping the clock, and we'll go by loss of signal to confirm impact.
Right. Yes. Imagine we'll get that loss of signal, and then we'll hear from Lena Adams again, letting us know that we've been successful.
So do you notice they cruised by this one CGI rock, and now they're headed for the CGI rock in the back. So the first CGI rock that's not the one they need to mess with or move. No, it's this other one back here. That's the killer rock they need to get rid of. So what's funny is it just looks so terrible, like purposely bad, worst CGI ever. And then as it gets a little closer, I swear it's like they just take a dry lake bed or dry river bed with a bunch of just rocks, and it's like they crop the picture and just whoop, just slip it in there. So watch as we get closer how they switch from this CGI crap to what looks like an actual picture of, in my opinion, like a dry riverbed. So we're getting close to impact. And of course, once they do impact, this crew right here is just going to shit themselves with the enjoyment. You know, they're going to be so happy that they just won't be able to contain themselves, right? We're going to see everyone slapping high fives. That 20-year-old chick right there, she's going to squirt. She's going to have an orgasm and squirt upon impact. And who wouldn't, right? Who wouldn't? Okay.
That'll be a crystal clear signal.
I think so. I think we're starting to see more resolution. In fact, look at that. Didymos has even gone out of the view. We're now just seeing Dimorphos.
This is remarkable stuff.
Oh my goodness, look at that.
Looks like control system settling down. Angular rates look really good. I think we're going to get the investigation team some good pictures.
Wow.
No, come on, we can do better than that.
Starting to see those individual boulders there. You can see shadows of the various rocks on the surface.
Impact. It's amazing, guys. Oh my goodness, look at that. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Looks to me like we're headed straight in. Oh my gosh. Oh wow.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. 8,
Yeah.
7, 6,
wow.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow.
Awaiting visual confirmation.
All right. We got it? Waiting.
And we have impact. A triumph for humanity in the name of planetary defense.
Woo. Fantastic. Oh, fantastic. Oh.
What a moment. Very few words can really capture this moment. This is beautiful to watch.
Bam, 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 bam. Yahoo! Bam, 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 bam. Everybody now. Celebrate good times. Come on. Ba-bam, bam, bam. Let's celebrate this bullshit. Yeah. Celebrate good times. Come on. Ba-bam, bam. Let's celebrate this bullshit now. There's some bullshit going on right here. Let's celebrate. Fake it throughout the year. So bring your BS and your bullshit too. It's the same thing. We're going to have a good time. Throw a party for you. All right. That's enough of that. Gotta love it, guys. Look at Black Lady in a mask right there. She's so smart and happy. Gotta love it. Black Lady in a mask, clapping her hands because a NASA, whatever you want to call it, crashed into a fake CGI rock. Like I said, it looked a lot like just like a dry riverbed. Just like a picture of the ground. See? Like you could go out anywhere and get that shot right there. That could just be somebody's driveway, even. Somebody might have a gravel driveway. Just take a shot of the gravel driveway. Just crop it and make it round. So it's like Sega CD graphics and a picture of my driveway. Fuck you, you'll believe it, right? Faith with a bunch of clapping hands. LTELT says they reuse pics of the moon. More like reuse pics from a driveway. You just go outside and take a picture of a gravel road, stick it on the screen and be like, it's an asteroid. They crashed into it. Oh my God, it's so amazing. I'm so happy to be alive right now. We would all be dead because that asteroid would have crashed into the earth and killed everything like the dinosaurs. You don't want to end up like the dinosaurs. I'm so happy that those people saved us from ending up like the dinosaurs. And see, like I said, my family totally would have not even thought that that looked like CGI at all. They wouldn't have even thought CG or I at all. You know what my family would have done? They'd have probably fucking clapped and cheered. They'd have been like, that's amazing. They just saved the world. All right.
Hey. We got it? Waiting.
And we have impact. A giant leap for humanity in the name of planetary defense.
Woo. Fantastic. Oh, fantastic.
What a moment. Very few words can really capture this moment. This is beautiful to watch.
Those individual boulders there, you can see parts. It just
amazing.
What a team. What a team and what an
a
accomplishment.
Team. Really capture this.
Yeah.
7, 6,
wow.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow.
Awaiting visual confirmation.
All right. Let's see. We got it? Waiting.
That's what I wanted to get. I wanted to get the moment of impact. So they claim that's when it crashed. You know how you know? The screen turned red. Well, most of it, except for that little part at the top. That's how you know that it crashed. That's how you know it exploded and it made a big impact. And they totally knocked it off its course. Everything's awesome now. Because there's a red screen right there. So you guys know what that means. If you're not clapping, well, then you just don't know how awesome it is to be alive right now. Right. For the glory of Christ, this sweet stream. Symbiosis, best paid crash ever. In a literalist, it's a space testicle. Giles Bison or Bison says that looked like my backyard. Yeah, you could just go out to any gravel surface and take a close-up shot and basically do the exact same thing. You know, like Google Earth, it's like a cartoon ball, and then when you zoom in, they slip in the aerial photography pictures, the real pictures. So when you zoom all the way out on Google Earth, it's cartoon. And then as you get closer and zoom into, like, let's say the city where you live, they slip in the real pictures. And so it goes from being like cartoon and glitchy, and then it just all of a sudden goes blip and then changes into a real picture. So it's the same idea here. They just show you like some CGI cartoon shit, and then they slip in a picture of some gravel at the end. And then turn the screen red. Call that an impact. Have some 20-year-old girl and a bunch of losers clap. That's all they need to do. That's as good as they need to make it look these days. Aurora says my backyard. It is. It's hilarious. That's how obvious they are. They do it on purpose. We've all, I mean, you had to have figured it out by now that they're purposely trying to make it bad. They don't need to try and make it look good. Waste too much time and resources. People are stupid and will believe anything. All right. So let me show you guys the mainstream media shit and show you how they use different words to try and paint a picture. In fact, I'll just go ahead and play it for you, and then I'll stop it when they use the words that I want to bring up. Pull up the mainstream news clip. All right.
A major collision in space. So let me tell you about it. This is a live image on your screen. NASA is about to intentionally crash a spacecraft into an asteroid, and they're going to do it right here on live television. And when literally we're in the last minute. The asteroid named Dimorphos you're looking at on your screen. The spacecraft is NASA's Double Asteroid Redirection Test Spacecraft. That's a lot. Call it DART. Now, Dimorphos poses no threat to Earth tonight, but the goal for NASA is to see if they can push the asteroid off course. So it's something they could do in the future to prevent Earth from Armageddon. It is the first time NASA is attempting a test like this. So let's go straight to Kristen.
All right. She said it was a test crash. My bad. They aren't saving the world by moving this one. It was a test crash, people. Doesn't make it any less fake. So I'll admit when I make a mistake. NASA isn't trying to save the world. It's a test crash. Still fake. Still don't believe it. Still CGI. Still bullshit. Okay, so I just want to go ahead and clear the air when I was saying that they were saving the world. No, they're doing a test. My bad. Still bullshit. Still don't believe it. Oh, and did you notice she said the word Armageddon? That's why I wanted to show that clip. She said the word Armageddon. So check this out. When I heard about this, my mind immediately went to the movie Armageddon. And then this chick in the CNN broadcast says the word Armageddon. See what I'm talking about with Hollywood using this as conditioning for the future? So back in 1998, the Hollywood movie Armageddon conditioned a bunch of people for this future day, right? So that when you see some shit like this, you're ready to believe it already because you already saw it in a movie, basically. See? So she brings up the movie, not really like the movie, but says the word Armageddon. And that's the exact movie that I thought of when I heard about this, before I even saw it. So that just goes to show you how powerful the conditioning can be, that a movie I saw many years ago, only once, right? It's not like one of my favorites that I watched a bunch of times. I only saw it once, but the conditioning was powerful enough that it stuck with me to this point, to where when I watched the mainstream news, she says Armageddon. So I just want to point that out. I don't watch a whole lot of movies nowadays. In fact, I rarely ever do. So I'm sure they've done other movies since then about this topic and changing the course of an asteroid or blowing up an asteroid or an asteroid hitting Earth. I'm sure there's been other movies that have probably touched on the topic or whatever, but the ones I remember were Armageddon and Deep Impact.
Fisher at Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Lab. She's in Maryland, where Mission Control is. Colonel Layton also is with me because he's worked closely with NASA and has a good understanding here of this situation. So, Kristen, we've got this live image on the screen. You're there in the control room. This is a first, an unprecedented event. Tell us what we're looking at.
Well, Aaron, we are now exactly 2 minutes and 58 seconds to impact. And what you're seeing right now on your screen is all live images from a camera that is mounted on the DART spacecraft. And for a mission this complicated and consequential, what's about to happen is actually quite simple. NASA is going to take this multi-million-dollar spacecraft and just slam it into an asteroid. Not the asteroid, the biggest one right in front of you on your screen. That big asteroid at the center of your screen, just to the left, that is Didymos. That is what the DART spacecraft has been targeting for the better part of 10 months.
So the taxpayers are the ones who foot the bill for crashing this multi-million-dollar spacecraft. But since they aren't crashing anything, that means the taxpayers are paying multi-millions for cartoons and a picture of someone's driveway or backyard. That's what multi-million dollars gets you. Some cartoons, a picture of someone's backyard. That's right. Here's your tax dollars at work, y'all. There's your tax dollars at work, and there is your mainstream media at work. Hard at work. Got a donation that came in from Javid. Let me go back and read that real quick. Javid says, damn, I missed Hurricane Ian part of your show. I'm in South Florida. I dropped a bro code dono on your PayPal, buddy, old pal. Hey, thank you for the donations. I appreciate that. You've donated to the channel many times. I always appreciate it, Javid. Yeah, we started out with the Hurricane Ian stuff, just showing the damage, and then I showed how there's some viral videos of supposed sharks swimming in the streets, and so we made fun of that because it looks like it's fake. And then we got into the NASA DART video. So you did miss a little bit, but you can always go back and rewatch it, you know, when it's over. At least you're here now. And we still got more show for you. Big Jim Truth says, money printing. Diamond Sauce says, money for nothing and the chicks for free. Easy, easy money for nothing. Easy, easy chicks for free. Right. You guys loved like hearing that NASA's crashing a multi-million-dollar spacecraft, and then you get this terrible cartoon. Yeah, it's wonderful news. Frank Debris says, we paid for it. Makes you wonder what they're really doing. Because you'd be amazed what they're actually doing with all of our money. They're keeping us locked away from the land of milk and honey because there are no satellites in space. Oh, getting carried away. Carried away with my own tune. Mr. F in the Misfits says dark spacecraft equals Jesuit order. X Globetard says Clown News Network. Javid says classic tunes, bro. All right. Okay. I think that does it for the NASA crash portion of the stream. We'll go ahead and get that off there. All right. Hey, you guys having fun so far? Smash the thumbs up if you're enjoying the stream. We got a good number of people watching, 265 people, it says. Can you guys go ahead and smash that thumbs up? And let's try and get it up to like, it's up to 147. Let's try to get up to like 175. Let's bash the thumbs up to like 175. All right. It's good for the Al Gore rhythm. We're at 163. We're getting close. Smash the thumbs up. We're going to continue this stream. We're going to get to some shill busting here in a moment. I'm about to hang 2 shills. I'm going to hang them good. 173. Couple more yet. One more. We're 1 away. There it is. All right, y'all. Let's Let's keep this this train rolling, shall we? All right. So tonight I want to go ahead and expose a wannabe sports betting guru. Is what we'll call him. And some of you are going to know who this person is. Others of you will have never heard of him. So I want to go ahead and expose this character who's been he's been pulling this same scam for years. In my opinion, it's a scam. In my opinion, he is a scammer. If he doesn't like my opinion, it's a comedy show. It's all a big joke. Sorry. All right. So there's this fella who calls himself Gematria Effect Sports, Gematria Effect News, Zachary K. Hubbard. His deal is he claims that he can decode football games and pick the winners with Gematria. So he'll tell you that the NFL is rigged, but then he'll turn around and tell you that he knows who's going to win and he wants to sell you some picks on Patreon. Here's the deal. The NFL is rigged, but I don't claim to have advanced knowledge of who's going to win. I might have my suspicions of who I think they might rig it for. But one thing I will never do is tell you guys to put your money on a rigged football game and tell you that I know who's going to win for sure. You know why? Because I don't know who's going to win for sure. And I'm not going to pull some bullshit gematria routine, plug some numbers into a calculator, spout off some bullshit, and tell you guys that I somehow decoded the riddle. This man, Zach Hubbard, is telling people that he can decode the football games with gematria. It's bullshit. Now, the elites do like to use numbers like 33, 666, right? That doesn't mean you can just start plugging words into a calculator and extrapolate which team's going to win a ball game. Already got some people bringing them up here. Let's see what people have to say. Zach Hubbard banned me from his channel because I'm a flat earther. Oh, yeah. He's anti-flat earth and anti-Christian. So let's just go ahead and get that out there. He likes to badmouth anybody who calls him out, and he'll say, oh, it's just crazy flat earthers. It's just crazy, stupid Christians. So he likes to bash Christians. He's anti-Christian, and he likes to bash flat earthers. And if you really take a good look at the dude, looks to me like a total Jew. Let's see what the algorithm thinks of that. All right. Assahol says, sounds like Zach Hubbard is a gay guy. Oh, he's a big scammer. So let me go ahead and show you guys some footage of him picking incorrect football games and show you how he does his gematria. Like literally, here's what he'll do. He'll be like, oh, well, if you type in Oprah's vagina, it comes to 85. 85 as in Ocho Cinco, Chad Johnson, who was born on a Wednesday, which also equals 85. So therefore, I think the Titans are going to maybe cover. Like, that's the type of bullshit that he does. And he'll be like, why don't you buy my picks on Patreon? Scam. If you're a real sports bettor who wins, then you should be making picks and making piles of money. You won't need to sell picks. Real sports bettors who make money don't sell picks. You know what they're trying to do? Win more money by opening more accounts, because every time you start to win, you'll get banned. If you're a real winner, you'll get banned from the sports betting sites. So you'll have to open up new accounts. So the small fraction of guys who actually do win, they don't give away picks. They don't sell picks. They don't do gematria. People who are privy to the script and who's going to win, they get limited to only betting $100, only betting $10, and then they have to go set up a new account. So the biggest problem for winners is trying to find someone to take their bet. Anyone who's trying to sell picks is full of shit and a scammer. And this is just my opinion. You don't have to trust me. If you want to buy someone's bullshit scam picks and lose money, go ahead. But I would recommend against it. And let me show you why. Let me show you why. So this is Zach Hubbard right here doing some of his gematria.
The Saints and Bucks. I'm going to assume the Saints are falling to 4-4 here. Saints 44. Tom Brady's 44 years old. Don't forget that the hockey team in Tampa Bay is the Lightning. Lightning equals 44.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
How about shut the fuck up, morons? I'm not wrong about anything. No. The Raiders and the Browns. Again, like we talked about, that game got moved to Monday. The most curious thing to me is Browns' next home win is 274 for the franchise, and the game's 274 days after Nick Mullins' birthday. So it looks to me like that could be the ritual. How about shut the fuck up, morons? I'm not wrong about anything. The 33's in the Bears' favor, with the coach being able to pick up the 33rd win.
See, you see how he'll like just start throwing numbers out there, and then he'll extrapolate from these numbers a pick. It's bullshit. There's no real method to this. It's literally a scam. It's the same thing as when someone's like, "Oh, is someone in the audience have a dead relative with a name that starts with an S?" I do. My Aunt Sally died. Oh, I totally knew that your Aunt Sally died. That's why I asked if someone in the audience has a dead relative that starts with the name S, because I knew your dead Aunt Sally. It's that same shit. It's the same shit with acting like you're talking to the dead. You guys seen that trick where someone will be like, "Oh, I'm getting an energy from someone over here. Thursday. Is Thursday meaningful to someone over here? Thursday, my grandma died. Oh, I totally knew that. That's why I got energy from you." Yeah, see, it's that type of shit. So what he'll do is he'll have a game and he'll be like, "Well, if you type in Tampa Bay into the gematria calculator, then you get 66, and Tampa Bay Lightning 66, and then Oprah's vagina is the most wet on the 66th day of the year, and that means, of course, Dave Chappelle got replaced by a clone, so therefore that means the Bears will probably cover. Buy my picks on Patreon," is bullshit, dude. Total horse shit. Absolute scam. And here's the thing, when he gets it right, it's because he decoded the gematria. When he gets it wrong, he just got the riddle wrong, or he tells people that he never made that pick. So here's what he does. When he gets a pick wrong, he tells people he never picked that he picked the other team. Or he'll say he never picked that game at all, that he told people to not bet on that game. So he constantly has an excuse whenever he doesn't get it right. So let me go ahead and show you what type of fella this guy is when people start calling him out, because people have called him out for his bullshit. So, show you what type of dude this guy is.
NFL season, we murdered every week. Some weeks, even a lot more murder than others, but just killed for this whole NFL season. And for this NFL season, we murdered every week. Some weeks, even a lot more murder than others, but just killed for this whole NFL season. And you know what, you guys? This is not a false statement. I could wipe my ass with the name Nostradamus. Literally. Stop lying. You know, every year you're just a liar. That's all you do. You just lie about everything. There's no truth that comes out of your mouth. You know?
What was the last thing you got right, pussy?
Pussy. What's the last thing you got right, pussy? Calling in.
Now, you're quiet now.
No, I'm laughing at what a fucking joke you guys are. Listen here, Needle Dick. Listen here, Needle Dick.
All right, I want you guys to pay attention here. So people will call in to his stream. He has a call-in segment, and when he gets picks wrong, people will call in and be like, "Yeah, what happened with this one pick?" And then he'll literally call him needle dick. He'll call him faggot. He calls his own people who buy his picks when he gets them wrong, and they give him criticism. He trashes them in front of his entire audience. So this guy's a terrible human being. Not only does he pull a scam, he trashes the people who he scams. Let me show you. Oh, and viewer discretion is advised. There's some nasty language that this guy uses because he's a nasty piece of shit human being. So let's go ahead and take a listen to this guy trashing the people who call in and criticize him.
Faceless needle dick with no life that trolls the page every day and talks shit. Understand something, sorry ass motherfucker. Understand something. Understand, sorry ass motherfucking needle dick. You don't have a life. You cannot respond to the facts, and you just keep talking shit. Oh, I'm a big tough guy, but we're calling anonymously on the phone. Shut the fuck up, faggot. Listen to these fucking faggots. All of my haters are fucking dick sucking faggots. Guarantee every last one of them. That's all they could do. Talk shit and not acknowledge the facts. Fucking faggots.
Hey, what's up, Zach? How you doing, brother?
Doing all right, man. What's up?
Man, I lost all the respect for you today, man.
How's that?
Man, you did not call Bengals and Niners, my brother.
I didn't advise. No, you're full of shit.
I threw big money on the Titans. I threw big money on the
Well,
Titans
that
big money.
How did you put big money on Derrick Henry scoring a touchdown?
Because of that 5-4. You've been preaching that 5-4 all year long, and that was your top riddle today, man. That 54.
Okay, and I clearly said in the same stream that if the Bengals upset, which the narrative was there, which I said hedge with the Bengals. I did say hedge with the Bengals, and I said if the Bengals win, then you know the 49ers, you got to invest in the next game. And I also said it would be smart to put in a parlay for Bengals and Niners because that narrative is alive. Both teams have a riddle to upset, and we know how these teams are connected at the hip. So did you take any of that advice?
No, man, all I heard you.
Okay, so you made a big bet, which is something I never advise. I always say the smart people in this community do small parlays that pay big, which is what the Bengals 49ers bet was, along with the Derrick Henry prop. This was all the advice we put out. So let's just say you lost on the Titans. Well, then you should have came back with my advice and put down the same bet on the Niners and won your money back and then some. So if you lost respect from me, it's because you're not smart enough. Chumps lose, losers lose. I did say that. I did say that. Sorry, buddy. You're just another shit-talking, full of shit loser. Fuck off. Again, these people are full of shit, you guys, because everything he's saying is bullshit. I put a ton of money down. I always tell people, don't bet a ton of money. Be smart, and everything he's saying I didn't say, I 100% did say. That guy's a fucking lying fraud and one of the trolls that hangs around here all the time.
All right. I respect what you do and everything, but you know, your calls, your sports calls aren't that great, to be honest.
Okay, defend your point. They're not that great. Tell me who's ever done better. Who's ever hit more futures, more specific, dead-on scores? Tell me.
So at the beginning of the year, you had the Cowboys and Chiefs. You had the black QB narrative.
Okay, hold on. We had two very probable Super Bowl narratives. One is still very much alive.
So what's with the black QB narrative with the 400 years after slavery and ESPN?
Well, that understanding that did very well for us in Super Bowl 54 and having Mahomes versus Brady in Super Bowl 55. So that's helped us out 2 years in a row with winners from before the season began. So if you're going to be like, well, you're not.
So this human being right here sells picks on Patreon and makes over $100,000 a year. This guy, lives in a nice house and has tens of thousands of dollars coming in every month for Gematria sports picks. I don't do that. I would never do that. You guys, if I sat here and told you I know who's going to win these football games and told you to go to Patreon and buy my picks, I would hope that you would call me out. You would call me a scammer and a fraud. I would hope that you're smart enough, because a lot of people aren't smart enough to see through this bullshit. A lot of people will be like, oh, he knows who's going to win. I'm going to go buy his picks. I know if you know the NFL's rigged and he knows who's going to win. How stupid do you got to be? If he knows who's going to win, why doesn't he go dump a pile of money on the table in Las Vegas? He wouldn't need to sell picks. But since he makes a ton of money selling bullshit picks, whether they win or lose, he doesn't have to bet his own money. Understand? So one thing I've never done is tell you to go bet on a damn team. All right. Now, if Super Bowl rolls around, I'll tell you who I think they might rig it for, but I won't tell you to go bet. And I'm not going to tell you to buy my picks. That's some scammer ass bullshit, in my opinion. And I don't care who doesn't like it. That's how I feel. Okay. So now you guys see, so this guy will hand out picks, and if they don't win, and you call in and bitch at him, he'll just trash you in front of his whole audience, right? Or he'll deny that he ever made the pick. That's the type of scumbag he is. And when he gets it right, oh, it's because he knew the gematria code. He decoded the code, man. He's a decoder. Sure, dude. Sure. All right. So now I'm going to show you Zach Hubbard, and this one's going to piss off a lot of you guys. So I know a lot of people who follow me are Christians. I'm not super religious, but I'm also not anti-religious, and I don't bash people's religion. I don't have any reason to bash people who believe, in something different than me. So I believe this earth is created and I was created by something. I just don't exactly know what it is, and I don't claim to know. And so I don't push any sort of religious belief on anyone. But at the same time, I'm definitely not anti-religious, definitely not atheist. So I come from a place of creation, but I don't like to preach. That's one thing you guys know about me, is I'm not a preachy channel. I'm not going to slap you with Bible verses over and over again in every one of my videos or anything. And at the same time, if you read the Bible and you like to post Bible verses, I'm not going to get mad at you or tell you not to watch me or anything like that. So I have a fairly large following of people who consider themselves Christian, right? Or people who believe in Jesus or Yeshua or whatever. So a lot of people who follow me are Christians. And some of them are diehard Christians. This guy, Zach, is anti-Christian. And let me show you this real nasty, nasty video that I found exposing him. All right. I'm glad I found it. It's like God gives me, or the Creator gives me, all the ammo I need to destroy these people and prove how much of a fraud they really are. All right, so I found this video out there exposing Zach Hubbard.
He'll talk about some rappers or some sports, but he'll never,
Yeah, you guys, that's all I talk about. Some rappers or some sports. I don't talk about anything else. I mean, listen to this fucking shit-stained, sorry-ass motherfucker. This is why I hate fucking Christians. I fucking do, man. They're all fucking scumbags. All of them. They're fucking retarded. They're fucking scumbags. I'm sick of these fucking Christians making these stupid fucking videos, lying through their teeth, and then acting like they're great because they believe in some bullshit, man. I'm fucking sick of religious people. Wipe them off the fucking face of the earth. Here we go. This is why I hate fucking Christians. I fucking do, man. This is why I hate fucking Christians. I fucking do, man. This is why I hate fucking Christians. I fucking do, man.
So like I said, this fella is a nasty, nasty person. And it's very obvious when you take a look at him. Looks totally like a Jew to me. BJC CNET says not nice at all. G Hart says sick fuck. Rose Bellman says, who is this scumbag? He goes by Gematria Effect News, Gematria Effect Sports, Zachary K. Hubbard. He's got like 20 different channels. So he's got tons of different channels. One's called Gematria Effect Sports. One's called Gematria Effect News. So his whole thing is Gematria. He pretends like he can decode the rigged football games, and he sells picks, oftentimes losing picks. And if you call him out, he'll trash you to his entire audience. What a lovely fella, right? And he makes like over 100 grand a year doing that. Like I said, guys, I would never tell you to go buy my picks for rigged football games. You know why? Because if and when I get them wrong, and I totally would, I don't know who's going to win. When I get the picks wrong, you guys would come back and be like, dude, why'd you tell us to bet on this team? I lost money. That would make me feel like shit. If you guys lost money on anybody that I told you to bet on, I would feel like shit. Even if I was making money on you losing money betting on rigged sports that I tell you are rigged and exposed, yeah, something that I will never do. So when I see other people doing it, yeah, you better believe I'm going to call them out for it. Shelly says, agreed, Jake. Scully Hypno says, the Jewish dilemma, ham at half price. Whatever that means. All right. So basically, don't buy sports picks from anyone trying to sell you sports picks. Don't do it. Sports are rigged, and Vegas can rig it for either side. So they aren't always going to have the underdog win. Just because all the money gets bet on one side doesn't necessarily mean that the other side's going to win. All sorts of bets are coming in, over-unders, team totals, player prop bets. There's so much money coming in from all different angles to where if you think like just because you're going to type team names into a gematria calculator, or you think because the money's coming in on one side, it has to be rigged the other way. Now, they can pull the rug out from under you at any time. So I don't know anybody personally that is a full-time sports bettor for a living. And the ones who do full-time sports betting for a living, and I've looked into it, it's a fraction of people who actually make enough money at sports betting. And the ones who do don't sell picks. Their biggest problem, like I told you earlier, is trying to find an online account that will let them make a big bet. Because if you make big bets and you win, they cut you off. Real winners get cut off, and they have to go make another account. So a real sports gambler who makes money will constantly buy burner phones and open up new accounts at different sports betting sites to stay ahead of them, to keep making big bets. And then every time their account gets shut down, they go make another one. That's what a real sports bettor does who wins. Zach Hubbard wants to sell you picks, but he doesn't want to go throw his own money on the table in Las Vegas and prove that he's a winner. Illegal Opinion says gematria is a real thing. Yeah, it's a real thing, like by typing shit into a calculator, but you can make up anything you want and then extrapolate that into a game pick. For instance, the Bengals playing the Dolphins tonight. I don't even know who's winning or who won or whatever, but you can just type in anything you want. You can be like, oh, the Pope died on a Thursday. It equals 85. And then your dad has a sock that he jerked off with in 6th grade, and if you type that in, it also equals 85, and Chad Ochocinco 85. So therefore, the Bengals probably going to win, right? So when you say it's real, I say no, it's not. I say a gematria calculator, taking words and turning it into numbers, is a real thing. But you, as a person, going to sit down, type shit into the calculator, and then tell me who's going to win is bullshit. And anyone who claims they're going to figure out the riddle is a bullshit scammer. Retro Bill, the donation says, how about a gematria weather channel? Shit, he'll probably start that too. It wouldn't surprise me if Zach Hubbard already has that, where he just looks up the weather for the day and then says that he figured it out and decoded it with gematria. Oh, I decoded the weather with gematria. I typed in all these words into my calculator, so I know it's going to be 84 and sunny today with a slight breeze. Just call it a gematria hunch, man. All right. Sean Paul says, I think that guy is just trying to pay his bills. There's a lot of ways to pay your bills. Being a scammer is one of them. Yeah. Being a scammer is one of them. Here's the deal. Here's why I think he's a shill and not just a dude. He's keeping you interested in the rigged NFL, keeping you emotionally invested in the NFL. Because if you bet with him, you bet or you buy his picks and make bets on the games, you're financially invested. If you're financially invested, chances are strong you're going to be emotionally invested. And if you're financially and emotionally invested, what are you going to do when the game comes on? You're going to watch it. So Zach Hubbard contributes to people watching and betting on rigged football and putting their finances and emotions on the line. And I call that a big giant shill scam. That's what I call that. You know what I do? I show people how rigged it is, and I tell people to stop watching the games. You want to watch it? Watch me make fun of it. Watch the highlights for how rigged it is. Don't sit there and watch a 3-hour game. If you know it's rigged, don't sit there and watch it. And if you have to bet money on it, still don't sit there and watch it. It's mind-numbing, brain-dead bullshit, right? It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. And I think betting on it's a bad idea because it's rigged, so you're probably not going to win in the long term. But if you can't help yourself and you want to bet, hey, that's on you. That's on you. But I'm going to recommend you don't buy anyone's picks and just make your own stupid picks. So if you are going to bet on it, just make your own stupid picks. And you're probably going to lose in the long run. Just know if you bet on sports, you're going to lose in the long run because Vegas odds makers in the sports leagues work together to script the games so that they can take as much piles of money off people as they possibly can. So I don't agree with you at all, Sean Paul. There's a lot of ways to pay your bills. Being a scumbag, lying scammer isn't one of the best ways to go about doing that, in my opinion. All right. Yeah, I agree, Retro Bill. Okay, so let's go ahead and tie this guy up to another scumbag. All right. And this scumbag ran his mouth off about me today. This scumbag keeps running his mouth about me. And he wants me to make a response. He wants my attention. Well, guess what? Sometimes you're going to get what you ask for, bro. I'm not going to dedicate an entire video to you, but I'll dedicate this little segment to you. Pat the rat piece of shit. All right, Pat the rat piece of shit. You ready for me to expose you? I'm about to rip you a new one, Pat the rat, you son of a bitch piece of shit. Keep putting my name in your mouth, and I'll make this a weekly thing where I rip you apart and make you look like a piece of shit in front of everybody, including your own audience, who's starting to come over and watch me. All right. So here's Pat the rat, the piece of shit. Let's listen to what he has to say.
But love me, hate me, hey, I'm here. So you want to roll with me? Come on, jump on my back. I'll carry you. You know where I'm at. So anyways, let's get into it. Here's the roundup. First thing we're going to do in the rigged NFL week that was is give a nod to the big boy creators. See what they're up to, the big dogs. There's only a handful of them. All right, first guy up. Gematria Effects Sports. Love him, hate him. He's here. And he's eating. So he had some good videos that came out. 38 special in Colorado fell short. I guess that was a number 38 game or something like that. 3,000, almost 4,000 views. He rocked the Sunday night football game against the Broncos. 3 views. Congrats! Aaron Rodgers beats Brady. 5,000 views.
So here we have Pat the Rat Truthner giving a shout out to Zachary K. Hubbard, the guy I just exposed as a scammer. Yeah, that guy. Hey, Pat, don't you call yourself a Christian man? Pat the Rat, Don't you tell your audience that you're a Christian man, that you love Jesus, and you're going to tell people to watch this guy, Zach? You're going to drop his name and give him a promotion, who says he hates Christians and all the Christians need to be wiped off the face of the earth? Wow, Pat, you're really going to promote a guy who says all Christians are pieces of shit and should be wiped off the earth? So Pat the Rat claims he's a Christian, and here he is promoting Zach Hubbard. What are the odds? I'd say pretty good, being that shills of a feather flock together. I've said that so many times, y'all. Shills of a feather flock together. Shills of a feather flock together. There he is, promoting the guy I just proved to you is a piece of shit scammer. And this guy, Pat, will tell you I'm the worst guy on the internet. Pat tells his audience that I'm a phony and a fraud and a con man, and I don't make anywhere near the money that scammer Zachary Hubbard makes. I barely scrape by doing this. Meanwhile, Pat says I'm the worst guy on the internet, the biggest grifter on the internet. Meanwhile, he promotes a guy who's anti-Christian, a guy who makes way more than me scamming people with bullshit gematria pics. So Pat, why the hell don't you expose anyone in the world? You only think that I'm a bad guy, Pat? Pat tells his audience I'm the worst guy on the internet. And then he promotes anti-Christians who scam people with gematria. Gotcha, Pat. Gotcha. Why are you such a loving Christian man promoting guys who hate Christians so much? Why are you promoting a Jew? If you're such a loving Christian man, you piece of shit, Pat, keep running your mouth about Jake the asshole. Keep running your mouth about Jake the asshole. I'll give you all the attention you want, you piece of shit. You're so jealous of me and my content. You're so jealous. You scour my comments and read every comment. You're a loser. You're a loser, hack piece of shit. You'll never be as talented as me. You'll never have an audience like mine. Enjoy your Cinderella season, bitch, because when the clock strikes 12 and the season ends, you go back to being a fucking hack who gets no views and doesn't tell any truth about jack shit. All you got is rigged NFL algorithm. That's all you got. Because when the season ends, you go mow your fucking lawn. You show people your bookshelf. This guy made a video about what's on his bookshelf. When the season ends, he has nothing. Outside of rigged NFL, this guy is a hack-ass loser who gets a free government check. He's admitted he's just sitting around collecting a free check from the government for being former military and disabled. He's disabled and former military, so he gets a free check to make videos about Jake the asshole. Fuck you, Pat. That's not even your real name. Pat Truthner's a fake name. What's your real name, bitch? Mine is Jacob Gibson. And if you ever come to California, and if I ever see you, bro, I don't even have to tell you what's going to happen. And remember, this is a comedy routine. It's all for fun. It's all a big joke. Get it? Get it? Just a comedy routine, not threatening anyone. I love everyone. So happy to be alive. So happy to be here. So happy to be the one telling the truth. So happy to be the one not a scamming loser piece of shit. So happy to not be the one promoting a loser scammer piece of shit like you. So hey, Pat, keep running your fucking mouth about me, and I'll do a weekly segment about how much of a fucking stupid piece of shit you are, and how much of a hypocrite you are, and how much of a stupid piece of shit you are. I have no problem talking about it every week. I can prove it. Comedy routine. Haha. Get it? Rose Bellman says, great point. Just subbed from someone for collaborating with a shill, or unsubbed from someone for collaborate. Yeah. There's so many gatekeepers on the internet now. Every single subject has gatekeepers. And this guy, Pat, this whole video is disgusting. All he does is call out rigged NFL content creators for not doing a good enough job as him. This entire video he made is promoting Zach Hubbard and then calling out guys like me and other people talking about the NFL being rigged, saying that we're not doing a good enough job. So he has a video where he's like the policeman, the sheriff of rigged NFL content. He thinks he owns the genre. Guess what, Pat, you little bitch? You don't own shit. I'll make all the rigged NFL videos I want, and then I'll also talk about other subjects, something you don't ever do because you have nothing to talk about, loser. And then when the season ends, I'll still have plenty to talk about outside of football. Unlike you, who will be mowing your lawn and reading your books, loser. All right.
Then he dropped a few shorts, giving nod to the winners. I forget, what does he say? High five to the winners or something like that. Either way, big day of work here the last 5-6 days, all the way going back to week 2 Cardinals game. So big props to you, Zach. You did a lot of work here today. You know, all the people are buying your picks on Patreon. Hey, kudos to you, bro. There's an old phrase that Canada Bill Jones used to say. It's immoral for a sucker to keep his money.
Yeah, big props to you, Zach Hubbard, the anti-Christian who hates all Christians and think they should be wiped off the face of the earth. Yeah, you know, he's selling Patreon picks, and kudos to you. Kudos for being a gematria scammer, stealing people's money and getting their hopes up that they're going to win money with you, with your gematria picks. Yeah, kudos. See? Giving him some kudos. And then goes and throws up this quote about like letting suckers keep their money is like such a bad thing to do. You know what? Waking up somebody so they ain't a sucker anymore makes me feel better. So I've woken up some people to the NFL being rigged. And I have a lot of new subscribers, new watchers who are showing up because I've been breaking down the NFL videos. And this scumbag right here thinks that he owns the content. He thinks he's the only one allowed to do it, him and his friends. And so he's so jealous of me. He's jealous that I'm talking about it. He's jealous that I get way more views than him on everything I do. And the only thing he's ever got views on is rigged NFL. If the guy doesn't put rigged NFL in his title, he gets jack shit for views. Nobody watches him unless he has rigged NFL in his title and he's getting an algorithm stroke during the season. The second the season ends, this hack loser has nothing, no content. He can't come up with any truth to tell his audience. Meanwhile, I can run a 3-hour stream and cover all sorts of stuff, like I did tonight. See how hard that is, Pat, to go find a subject and talk about it? Put in some time and effort and actually create a stream where you discuss different topics, go from one thing to the next? No, instead, Pat does streams where he talks about me and talks shit about other people for like 2 hours, and he gets only a couple hundred views. Yeah, that's right, loser. You'll never have as many views as me on a live stream because nobody wants to sit and watch you because you're a hack.
That's how you think? Cool. Not how I think. Whatever. People always ask me about Zach Hubbard too. I came into this last year in September and I subbed to everybody. I subbed to every content creator that was making rigged NFL, Gematria FX Sports included. And I was subbed to him, didn't watch a lot of stuff until I watched this game that was close to Veterans Day.
Again, terrible towels, terribly rigged sports, terribly stupid people. Speaking of terribly stupid people,
You guys aren't utilizing the shorts feature on your YouTube channel, you're dumb. If you haven't heard the news, YouTube is optimizing shorts. If you want your shit to get seen, make some shorts. Then I did another ball don't lie magnet.
That's as much of that piece of shit as I can take. Basically, he just made a video talking about everyone who creates NFL content, and he critiques every person and tells them what he thinks that they're doing wrong. And he brought me up again, and so he keeps running his mouth about me, and he's like scouring my entire comment section. So You know, we might have to do a video where we just all troll him in the comment section and just give him like a shitload of comments to read. You know, we might have to have a video where every single person who comments can say something about Pat so that when he goes and reads them, you know, he can read what people think of him. He does. He comes over here and reads every comment. He watches everything I do, jerks off to my videos. He's so jealous. So jealous that my rigged NFL videos are bringing in lots of brand new subscribers. Ha ha. Ha ha. They could have been your subscribers, bro. If you'd have just kept your mouth shut and never attacked me, I maybe would have never did rigged NFL. But since you stabbed me in the back and acted like a little bitch, like you own the content, I just decided to stick my little finger in it and throw out my top 10. And guess what? My top 10 brings in new subs every single day. In fact, my channel has not experienced this level of growth in quite a while. I think I beat the shadow ban. You guys, the rigged NFL shit is bringing me new subscribers that I've never seen before. And they're showing up and being like, your channel's awesome. I just found you. Yeah. So if that bothers you, Pat, that I make rigged NFL content, you can shove it up your ass because I don't care what you think. Oh, and I'm going to keep making the videos exactly how I make them. And if you don't like it, you can shove it up your ass. Okay, Pat? So when I videotape my TV screen to avoid the NFL claiming my shit so that I can have my videos monetized, yeah, I enjoy making money exposing the NFL. If you have a problem with that, you can shove it up your asshole, bitch. Okay? Bye, Pat, you loser. And see, I know he'll watch this. So I had to do all of that. All right. Rose says, I learned a lot from Jake that the NFL is rigged. Oh, my rigged NFL videos are the best rigged NFL content on the net. I'm not being biased because I'm me. I've watched my rigged NFL content and then I watch what other people have put out. My top 10 rigged NFL is the best rigged NFL content in the world. Nobody is doing what I'm doing with it. And this isn't the only platform in town. There's other platforms. And outside of this platform, Pat the Rat is unknown. He's just a nobody. I'm out there on other platforms. And some of this content that maybe doesn't get tons of views here, well, elsewhere, it gets a lot of views. All right. Big Jim Truth says all pro sports are rigged. Agree. Luis Lopez says beat him at his own game. Oh, he's destroyed. Did you notice tonight how I connected Zach Hubbard and him together perfectly? 2 shill bags, right? I basically killed 2 shill bags with 1 stone. I proved he has Zach Hubbard does his bullshit gematria, gets sports picks wrong all the time. And then he calls the people who buy his picks, who critique him. He trashes them to his audience. He's anti-Christian, openly anti-Christian. And Pat is supposedly a Christian. And here he is giving a shout out to a guy who makes tons of money selling bullshit gematria picks who's anti-Christian. Funny. Thank you, God, for giving me all this ammo I needed to expose these losers. All right. So that was what I had for you guys today. So we can basically just do some regular question and answer or talk about whatever the hell you guys want for a little while before I wrap it up. But that was it, man. I got the hurricane out of the way, the NASA asteroid, and busted some shills. So it's a pretty good stream so far. Moon Harvest says shill swatter. I am the #1 shill destroyer in the world. See, Pat should have thought twice. Like, I guess he forgot when I bent Jaron over my knee and spanked him like a bitch in front of everyone. I guess Pat forgot about that. Yeah, Pat, go back and look what I've done to some of these guys. Should go back and look. Look what I did to RV Truth. I exposed his face and his real name and his whereabouts. He had to get the video removed because I got him so good. It's over on BitChute if you still want to watch it. So yeah, I bent Jaron over my knee. I bent David Weiss over my knee. I have bent some nasty, dirty shills over my knee and spanked them in front of my audience. So you should learn. You should learn from the mistakes of others. You can't get one over on me. You're never going to steal my audience. And any video you make about me isn't going to make my audience come worship you. You can't say, Jake lied about seeing a plane in Monterey and expect all my audience to come worship you. That's what he thinks. He thinks he can call me a liar and that you guys are going to ditch me and go watch his loser ass. That's what these guys think. They think if they make a video exposing Jake the asshole, expose, I use in quotes because they don't ever actually expose me. All they do is just say that I'm a liar or that I'm trying to scam you guys in hopes that you buy that bullshit and then go watch them. RV Truth was like, after I make this video about Jake, you're going to see a lot of people jump off his bandwagon. Well, it's funny. I just saw a whole bunch of new people jump on the bandwagon because I'm creating all this new NFL content that none of the other truthers create. And there's no science guy out there who's going to come along and debunk my NFL shit. You know what's awesome about doing the NFL shit is there's no like Simon Dan of the NFL who's going to come and be like, I'm going to debunk all of your football claims. The NFL's not rigged. I'm a Nancy boy and I'm here to debunk you. Like there's no Fight the Flat Earth Craig of football going to come debunk me and claim all those plays are real. Right? So they have globe defenders who will like make a video about me. Anytime I say space is fake, they have these globe defenders who are like, space isn't fake. I'm going to debunk Jake the asshole. Space is not fake. Nuh-uh. See there, I debunked him. But they can't do that with my NFL shit. Nancy boy ass Craig, Nancy boy ass fight the fat ass. He can't make a video breaking down the same rigged plays and prove that they're real. Right? No one can. Dan Panita with a donation says, shout out. Thanks, Dan Panita. I appreciate that. Shout out to you, Dan Panita. Moon Harvest, is any new songs on the horizon? I need to sit and write something new. I just haven't sat and just hammered anything new out. I've been practicing bass and stuff behind the scenes and stuff, like working on like learning new scales and just working on my technique so that I'm not like always playing the same thing. So behind the scenes, I've been practicing, and I bought this really cool bass from Craigslist. I found a guy who had this really neat Yamaha. Let me show it to you. Here, check this one out. So this is a early 80s model Yamaha BX1 headless bass. So you string it up with the ball down here, and then you clamp the string right here. So bought this bad boy right here off a dude off Craigslist. So this is like a 40-year-old Japanese instrument right here, made in Japan. And Yamaha makes good shit, man. Yamaha makes like fucking everything. You could buy like a jet ski Yamaha, a motorcycle, a refrigerator, a tractor, guitars. Yamaha makes good shit. So yeah, I picked this bad boy up and got a really good deal on it. So yeah. So now I have 3 basses. I got the Schecter. This is the brand new Schecter that I bought. Right? And then this is my original bass, my first bass I ever bought, my Ibanez Roadstar. This one's also like 40 years old too. It's like a 1984. It's almost 40 years old. Yeah. All right, maybe before I go, maybe I'll just plug it in for a minute, right? Do a little jammy jam just for a minute. All right. I haven't jammed out in a while. I'll just go ahead and slap something for a minute. Here's another thing that none of the shills can do. Anything that requires actual talent. Ha ha. You won't see Pat the Rat whip out an instrument because he's a talentless hack. Make sure it's in tune before I play. Totally not in tune. All right, let me tune it up real quick. All right, let's get funky, y'all. Funky like a monkey. to see the shills try to play that bass line. Hey, how'd that sound out there on y'all's end? I'm not like hooked into the computer, so it's basically like live sound coming through your end. So it's not the most clean and efficient way of performing music on the internet. I need to upgrade so I can plug directly in and put on like a performance with the actual direct input from the instrument going straight to you guys. But does it sound pretty good for what it was? Aurora with some claps. JJO said, awesome jam, man. Miss Anthropic said, sounded great. All right. Moon Harvest said, brilliant. The slap was heavy. Yeah, I totally didn't even warm up. That was the first time I've played bass all day today. So no warm up or nothing. That's just one of my collection of slap riffs that I will play when I want to show off. All right. Oh, somebody just asked for a Rusty appearance, and he's actually wanting to go out for a walk. So we'll go ahead and have him make an appearance, and then I'll take him out. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, Krusty, come on, Krusties. There, the good dog. It's a good dog. Rusty, people ask about you, Rusty. There's the good dog. There's the good dog. My Pippy. Look at these ears. It's the prettiest ears in the world. Rose Billman says, thanks, I miss the days of your music. Well, I've got plenty of music on my my page, so you can always go back and listen to songs. And if you really want to listen to my old slap bass stuff from even before I was Flat Earth Asshole, you can type in solo bass Jake, and you'll find videos of me before Flat Earth Asshole. So if you ever want to prove that I'm a real guy, because I am, all you have to do is type in solo bass Jake. You'll find me in Modesto playing at open mics, bars, and clubs. There's probably 100 videos of me online playing bass, solo bass, performing for live audiences before I ever made any conspiracy-related content, before I ever did any flat Earth stuff or anything. So you can track me back to my hometown of Modesto, track me back to live venues, playing shows back in 2009, 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14. So there's plenty of music out there. SOLOBASSJAKE, solo bass Jake. Type it in. You're going to find plenty of video examples that you've probably never seen. All right. Oh, PJ CNET with a donation and a dog face. Ah, and it kind of looks a little bit like Rusty. See, how can anyone out there try and tell their audience I'm a bad guy? Pat the Rat gonna tell his audience I'm a bad guy. Look at me and my sweet dog. We're not bad guys. We're good guys. Why are you talking shit about good guys, bro? You should get a life, Pat. You really should get a life. Me and Rusty are good guys. And my crowd here, good people. This is a good group. We don't want you. Stay out. Quit running your mouth. Okay, bitch? Okay. Auroras is so cute. NA literalist says lady ears hair. Yeah, a lot of people think it's a girl because of the ears, or they think he's like too pretty to be a boy doll. They're like, oh, she's pretty. It's like, she is a handsome boy, okay? Him's this good pup. All right, y'all. I'm tired. I've been on here for 2 hours and got through all the stuff I needed to. And Rusty wants to go for a walk, and that bass jam totally made me all sweaty. So I need to go take a shower. All right. I'm going to get on off here, and I will catch you guys on the next stream. Make sure to keep an eye out for my new videos that come out, you know, every other day or so. And hope all of you out there are staying safe and having a good night. Hopefully, if you live in Florida, your house wasn't ripped apart, or your life wasn't ripped apart. So hopefully everyone in Florida who watches stayed safe out there. All right, guys. Until next time, this is Jake the Asshole. Oh, yeah, let me plug my shirt before I go. Both of these images are CGI. Neither of them exist. You can get this in the description down below if you want. All right, y'all. Take it easy.